and welcome to National Focus. I am Octavia Prosper. In the headlines, Ministry of Community Development hosts National Climate Resilience Consultation for local authorities. 4 small business owners receive UNDP grant funding. And President Savre calls on international community to assist Haiti. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. In observance of the 34th Local Government Month, the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development has partnered with the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, DALCA, to host a National Climate Resilience Consultation for local authorities on May 24, 2023. 42 councils across Dominica responsible for villages, cities, urban, rural communities, and the Kalinago territory were invited to the consultation held in reflection of the theme of Local Government Month, a more resilient local government that delivers quality service. Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Honorable Greta Roberts, says the consultation provides an opportunity for local government structures to contribute in building national resilience.
Climate change remains one of the defining issues of our time, and so it is quite fitting that we are gathered here today for this consultation to address the importance of building resilience at the community level through local government. It is always important to get different views and discuss ideas among local government practitioners on the important areas confronting local government and the overall advancement of our people. This forum today provides you with the platform for having that discourse, and I implore your fullest participation as you engage in healthy discussions on ways to build resilience at a community and national level.
Minister Roberts encouraged local government authorities to incorporate the National Development Resilience Strategy in future projects. She recognized the work of the Climate Resilience Execution Agency Dominica, CRED, and the Community Emergency Readiness Initiative, CIRI, in building national resilience in Dominica.
We are all aware of this thrust at building resilience in Dominica. Our Prime Minister spared no effort when he made clear his vision of making Dominica the first climate resilient country in the world, and called on all Dominicans and friendly partners to join in this bold undertaking. The establishment of the Climate Resilience Execution Agency for Dominica, CRED, a brainchild of this Labour Party administration, was given the mandate to carry out this vision. We have also seen the development of the Climate Resilience and Recovery Plan, which serves as the blueprint for achieving our desired goal. I urge all councils across Dominica to secure a copy of this document and incorporate it into your plans and programs.
As part of the consultation, former local government commissioners led a panel discussion to share their perspective on local government and community resilience. Additional sessions were presented on core elements of resilience, to include a presentation by CRED on key metrics, targets, and milestones on defining a resilient Dominica. While Local Government Commissioner Mr. Glenroy Tousse presented on the financial resilience of the local authorities. The consultation's primary objectives were to solidify the role of councils in building community resilience, to create an enabling environment for the development of climate-related projects, to foster a greater level of community pride and collective consciousness, and strengthen the Community Emergency Response Initiative, CIRI. Minister Roberts assured the public of government support to deliver the necessary services to strengthen the resilience of all communities in Dominica. Minister of State in the Ministry of Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development, Honorable Darren Pinard, says the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, has been a valuable partner with government in supporting small businesses in the country. The minister spoke at a presentation ceremony on Wednesday where 4 small business owners received grant funding from the UNDP under the Future Tourism Grant Project. The beneficiaries of the grant funds were selected as part of the second cohort of small business owners to benefit from the UNDP's Future Tourism Grant Project.
I wish to thank the UNDP for its continued, tangible, and much-needed support being provided to the small business sector here in Dominica. The UNDP has been and continues to be a valued development partner, and as the Minister with responsibilities for entrepreneurship and small business development, I extend my ministry's and the government's sincere gratitude and appreciation for this, and we anticipate continued collaborative efforts in the future.
The Honorable Minister congratulated the UNDP grant beneficiaries and commended them for positioning themselves to take advantage of such opportunities.
It is indeed an honor to be here with you this morning, and I wish to congratulate the second cohort of beneficiaries under this important UNDP grant funding opportunity. You, the small business owners here today, have taken tangible steps to improve yourselves and your businesses. Not only are you benefiting from this effort for the grant funding being received, but in creating your business improvement plans, you have come up with new ideas and set up new pathways for you to adjust and adapt in these changed and most trying times.
The minister noted that these were times marked by instability and high inflation due to the impact of COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war.
It has been said that a plan without action is simply a wish. The UNDP Future Tourism Business Adaptation Program therefore also provided you with structured guidance on how to best implement and execute those adjusted plans. You are advised, however, to continue to pay close attention and to remain responsive to your ever-changing environment. Business plans are not meant to paralyze you, but they simply serve as a guide to help you remain focused on your major goals and your priorities. You should, however, be prepared to adjust those plans when they no longer fit in the realities around you.
CEO of Discover Dominica Authority, Mr. Colin Piper, represented the Minister for Tourism, delivering an address on her behalf.
This program started off in 2021 under the then Ministry of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives. During that time, we handed over grants to the first cohort consisting of 22 MSMEs, which were directly or indirectly involved in the tourism sector. Today, we see the realization of a second cohort, which cumulatively equates to 26 MSMEs benefiting under this program. We as a government therefore thank the UNDP as a long-standing developmental partner. Your contribution to these vulnerable sectors is pivotal and timely. The Ministry of Tourism plays an important role in Dominica's economic development. Through this ministry, the government has been able to develop and implement varied tourism policies which have created the atmosphere for MSMEs to seamlessly fit and thrive within the tourism sector.
Besides training, cohorts 1 and 2 of the UNDP Future Tourism Program received grant funding totaling $295,758 EC dollars. President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Sanvrin, says the international community can do much more to assist the people of Haiti. He made that statement while welcoming the new Russian ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Sergei Petrovich, who presented his credentials to President Sanvrin on Monday, May 22. President Sanvrin stated that one of the biggest challenges facing the Caribbean region is the situation in Haiti.
But perhaps the biggest challenge facing us in the Caribbean today is the current situation in Haiti. We in Dominica are particularly concerned by the complete breakdown of governance structures in Haiti and the prevalence of gang violence, which renders normal life nearly impossible. Haiti is a country which was once the wealthiest colony in the Americas. It is now the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere as a result of a series of man-made and natural disasters and neglect which has befallen that country for several decades.
President Savre called on Russia and other major countries and international institutions to devise a plan that could assist in the transformation of Haiti.
As a permanent member of the Security Council, the Russian Federation can play an important role in getting the international community to focus attention on the plight of the Haitian people by causing the Security Council, in collaboration with the many organs of the UN system and individual member states, to devise a comprehensive plan of action to achieve the overall transformation of Haiti and to commit to the required funding to ensure that 11.8 million people of Haiti can realize the sustainable development goals in all areas, including access to healthcare and education for all, as well as access to potable water, electricity, telecommunications, and affordable housing.
The president added that to achieve this transformation, there is a need for assistance in all sectors.
There is also the need for security, civil administration, food security, the development of the physical infrastructure, including roads, bridges, ports, and airports, and for general economic activity, including agriculture, reforestation, manufacturing, mining, commerce, etc.
CEO of the International Airport Project, Mr. Samuel Johnson, says after a number of tests, it was concluded that the Wesley site was the best site for the international airport. Mr. Johnson says the environmental tests conducted at the site revealed that the site does not consist of any endemic species.
I think it started in 2021 thereabout and was completed in February of 2022 with the final report submitted then, with a finding that there were no endemic species. One of the things that I think we need to appreciate is that the site on which the airport is being built used to be under cultivation. So it's former plantations, and actually I think we've heard a lot about the former plantations from way back when. So it's not like virgin forest.
Mr. Johnson says after the tests were done, the report was shared with the developer.
It used to be on the banana and coconut production back in the day, a lot of it, a large part of it. But regardless, they were able to go through it, and what evolved after these plantations were stopped being under production, to make recommendations to ensure that any potential risks that they saw could be mitigated. That report was shared with the developer, who in turn included it in part of the RFP process. So all firms involved in the bid process and the contracting would have had visibility into the EIA.
Consultations were also conducted with the stakeholders in the community to aid with the transition.
In addition to that, there were consultations that we've done with stakeholders in the community. We've had town halls in the community. We've also engaged with key stakeholders of the airport, that being those who currently operate at Douglas Charles and would most likely be transitioning into the new airport, to ensure that we capture their their perspectives on what was being done and ensure that there were no blind spots, and to ensure that the designs that were being developed were representative of the needs of these key stakeholders.
Mr. Johnson says the first site considered was deemed unsafe.
The other site, based on the findings of this committee and the consulting firm, were deemed to have its challenges. One of the things that the designers were able to do with the new location, well, in addition to recommending the new location, was to do several scenario analyses, and you would appreciate that over a 20-year period, which is when the last airport design was done versus the new one, there have been some advancements in technology to enable a more detailed analysis of various sites and locations. So one of the things that I have noticed, though, is that in all the sites and locations that have been looked at, the vast majority of them are all in that same part of the island.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Grand Bay Village Council could soon be upgraded to urban council status. The disclosure came from Village Council Chairman Mr. Armour Thomas as he addressed an award ceremony recently as part of Local Government Month activities. The Grand Bay Village Council will record a milestone next year when it celebrates 50 years of community development, an achievement which in itself reflects resilience.
Now we are speaking about resilient because our theme for this year is a more resilient local government system that delivers quality service. Resilience is a buzzword in Dominica since after Tropical Storm Erika. Dominica is growing to be a resilient country, the first resilient country in the world. And the Village Council has to reform. If we are local authority and central government is moving towards that direction, local government, village councils must follow suit and prepare ourselves to take the responsibility, to take up the challenge. Because we cannot remain at the same level. The world is changing.
Local Government Commissioner Glenroy Tousse has commended the Grand Bay Village Council for recognizing individuals and institutions who have supported the Council's community development efforts. Addressing the awards ceremony, Mr. Tousse stressed the need to recognize individuals for their contribution while they can appreciate that gesture.
It's often said that people need to be given their flowers while they are alive. Too very often, we recognize people when they have gone, when they have passed. And so all of the good things that we may say to them, they are not privy to the good things. And so I really want to say hats off to the council for recognizing those individuals who have really helped shape and build the community of Grand Bay.
On the 16th of May, Dominica will celebrate the 127th anniversary of local government.
For a system to have survived so very long, there must have been a success story. And what's a success story? The success story is exhibited in the opportunity that is provided for residents of a locality to participate in the decision-making process of that community. That is one of the success stories. Another success story is that the institution of local government brings social and economic development closer to the people who need them. Let us take, for example, Hurricane Maria. Let's assume there had not been an institution of local government in Grand Bay. The people of Grand Bay would have to go through the city, the town, to access resources of the state in their own recovery effort. And so we clearly recognize this institution has helped to bring social and economic development closer to the people who need them. And it's often been said that what a village council can accomplish, it will take central government twice the amount to accomplish it. So what it will take the council 150 to accomplish a particular program or particular project, it would take, in many respects, it has been said, maybe $2.50 for central government so to do, because of the ability of the council and the local authorities to harness the resources, to mobilize the community, to get actively engaged in activities to enhance the development prospects of the community.
Mr. Tuse spoke of the critical role village councils play in the development of leadership potential at the community level.
You've mentioned a number of the stalwarts of the Grand Bay community who have played their part in the council and have gone to represent at the national level. Similarly, we have it in other communities. We have a number of persons. I can go way back to deceased Carbon, who served at the Freedom Party administration. He was a councillor. We talk of Ron Green, who served at the UWP administration. He was a councillor. We talk of most recent times. In fact, he was chairman of La Plaine for a number of years, similarly to deceased Pierre Charles, who served a number of years on the Grand Bay Village Council. We're talking in most recent time, Honorable Dennis Charles, who's the now Minister of Tourism and Parliamentary Representative for Soufriere, served on the Point Michel Village Council. Honorable Drygo, who served as a Member of Parliament for Cassibrus, also served on the Cassibrus Village Council, and the list goes on. So we have seen clearly that this institution of local government has provided the opportunity to develop leadership potential at the community level. That in turn transforms into the national level, and I believe clearly that the institution of local government certainly has played its part and will continue to play its part in the development of the rural communities and by extension Dominica. And so we clearly recognize, as we had observed the 127th anniversary of local government, we recognize the role that it has played.
Residents of Girardel, and more specifically the St. Elmo area, will soon be able to traverse the area more easily as works on the main road are ongoing. Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency, Honorable Shakira Lockhart Hippolyte, visited the roadworks on Thursday, May 18, 2023. She stated that the recent residential developments in the area have made this road a priority project for the residents.
This was part of the Flower Site Estate, and recently we have seen this area developing in regards to residents, and more people are building and constructing homes in that residence. I have met with the residents here and also with the local village council, and they said to me that this road is a priority project for them. It's something that I've wanted to do in my last term, but due to COVID-19 and the constraints that we had, I was unable to tackle the road. But now, as I am the Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works, I found it necessary to ensure that we do the road for the people.
Over 1,000 feet of road will be constructed along with the appropriate drainage systems.
It's over 1,000 feet of road, and we're preparing the road right now. Public Works has graded the road and rolled the road, and so we're preparing the road for rehabilitation. There was a debate as to whether or not we use asphalt or concrete, but we have come to the conclusion that we will be concreting the road for them very soon. So the next time GIS comes, you will see a nice concrete road with proper drainage. One of the things that we can't forget is drainage, because it makes no sense that you do a road and the drains are not done. The water will undermine the road. So we have to look at simultaneously doing the road and also doing the drainage aspect of it.
The project is the result of a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Public Works and the Girardel Village Council.
The project is a collaboration between the Ministry of Public Works, the Village Council, and the parliamentary representatives. It's almost like a community hood-mayor type of project. And that is something that we have just started in this area. So we're using it as a model. And if it works very well, we want to emulate it, mirror it in the various hamlets, because you know we're operating within a very tight fiscal space. And for me, the welfare and well-being of my constituents is paramount. And so I have to ensure that the students are able to go to school we pay for their education, there's a meal on the constituents' table. But notwithstanding that, infrastructure is a priority as well. So we have a balance and we intend to mix it. And so what we are doing here today is just a collaboration between the Public Works, Ministry of Public Works Corporation, the Village Council, and the Parliament representative. A coup-de-maître type of project to ensure that the road and the residents' cry, can be addressed.
Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dennis Charles, has described Dominica's recent participation in the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association Marketplace as outstanding. The forum was held in Barbados earlier this month. Minister Charles says the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association Marketplace gives Dominica an opportunity to meet with other tourism professionals.
CHTA Marketplace gives us a great opportunity to meet with travel professionals. So what you really do, the team interacts with travel agents and tour operators to sell the destination, encourage them to add our properties when they're promoting and see how they can make packages with airlines and package Dominica and promote the destination. So you meet Apple Leisure and many different pleasure. I think there's a pleasure group. There are many different agents that you meet and interact with, but it also gives you an opportunity to update the media across the world on what's happening in Dominica. And I must say to you that they said Dominica had the best update at that forum because our story is fantastic and it just blew their mind how a destination which was destroyed 5 years by Hurricane Maria can have such an incredible story of recovery.
Minister Charles says Dominica's investments in the geothermal plant were one of the major highlights during the presentation.
Number one, our investment in geothermal energy, that we're trying to become a green energy. Once that plant is completed, we'll be the first island which will not be using fossil fuel generated electricity. That was a major story. The cable car project, having the longest cable car in the world, people were just wowed by that project and they can't wait for it to be completed. And also hearing about the whales and our plans to protect them, that species, that our sperm whales. And so we had a lot to share at Marketplace, and one media person met me at an event in the evening, and she put me on the side, she said, Dominica is becoming quickly one of the most fascinating destinations in the Caribbean. I love Bahamas, but I'm fascinated by Dominica and I can't wait to visit.
The tourism minister added that citizens must be proud of the work the Dominica Labour Party administration has done and continues to do for the development of the country.
We have made a lot of investments as a government. We have to really be proud of the leadership of Roosevelt Skerrit and the Dominica Labour Party administration. Those investments are bearing fruit, and they are all part of the Dominica story that is selling the destination and promoting it as the best place to be.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Octavia Prosper. Thanks for watching and stay safe.